Ooh. Right then, welcome back. I've had a bit of technical difficulty with my Wi-Fi again. For some reason, this room is the worst room for Wi-Fi. We got a pod, and I got it right here next to the door, and it came up with a stupid connection. So, and it wasn't working. So I had to reboot this again. What? Yeah, all right. So it's all right at the moment. So, guys, if any of you have anything, maybe I'm freezing or your screen is doing a little circle thing, let me know. I have a little message saying your connection, blah, blah, blah. I've put it in my old room at the moment just to see if it maybe it's interfering, being it too close. But yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, I have got some bags. They came already. That's all right, isn't it? TikTok. Yeah. TikTok's quite good for some things, you know. It is really good. But we're going to carry on with the clothing because I've got plenty of clothing to get through. I've listed everything I took pictures in the live yesterday. Look at me. Oh my good. I am not a clothing reseller before any of you start saying it. But yeah, we're going to start carrying on because I watched Royal Rumble, not Royal, I watched SummerSlam yesterday and it was okay. I didn't watch the last match because I don't really like CM Punk. But today is John Cena against Cody Rhodes, for obviously the belt, and apparently Brock Lesnar and The Rock have been seen in the building. So something's going to come up. We don't know. Why are them both in there? I think John Cena's just basically going to fight everybody. He's going to fight everybody. He's going to beat everybody. And then he's going to go, well, and then The Rock's going to come and go, thank you for doing you as you're told. And then he's going to go, I'm not your boss, blah, blah, blah. And then that is going to be the final match, The Rock versus John Cena. That's what I think it will be. I know some people don't care about wrestling. I don't care about wrestling, really. It's nowhere near as good as what it used to be. There's loads of little bits on there. Well, we're going to get underway, take some pictures. I think I need the de-bobbler on this, actually, to be fair. Because it's a bit bobbly. I'll be back in a second because it's in your room. But today is Q&A. Ask any questions you want while I'm listing, you know, and I'll answer them for you, as long as there's not stupid ones. Actually, I think it's in it. It might be in. Actually, my thing might be in it. I don't know. Is it? No, I think I haven't used it yet. So. Where are you? It's all right for you, good. Being watching it now and again on Netflix. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Because if you got Netflix, I'm going to have a look. And there's obviously a storyline, you know. So I'm not really. I don't think. See, John Cena is past my era. I wasn't really bothered about John Cena, but obviously he's a. Oh God, that's his See, I've got all the tools. I might not be into clothing, but I've still got all the tools. There's something about debobbling stuff though, quite therapeutic. Just got to make sure I don't touch the thingy. Right. I do, I think. Still a few more. That's all right, that'll do. Right then. So, like I said, I'm doing a Q&A today. I think I'll be on to about 11 again. So, an hour and a half. I haven't got that many bits of clothing left, to be fair. So, I'm just going to take pictures. I've listed 10 today. I think that's how many pieces of clothing I took pictures of yesterday. And the pictures came out fine, to be fair. What's this called? Omni Shield. Whatever that means. This is a bit of a fleece, it looks like. Oh no, it's not a fleece inside, is it? So, oh, it is. Let's get some measurements before somebody asked. If you haven't watched my video today, go and give it a watch. Because the things that you saw me take pictures of yesterday, one of them sold. I tell you on that video which one sold. So I bought something from TK Maxx on Saturday. And was it Saturday? Is it Saturday? Or Friday? One of the two. And it's already sold. On Vinted. Vinted. Vinted, a dark horse. If they can get it as good as eBay in like consistent sales, I just feel like there's a lot of time wasters on there. And I think that's what they're not bothered about. Like the people just earning a bit of money, but I think they're in a bit of a predicament whether to go full on compete against eBay, which I wouldn't do personally. Because eBay, if they wanted to, they could just become Vinted, I think. But I think eBay, they've got so much pride, they will never change. I think they've gone a bit too greedy now. I think they should help out business people a lot more. Copy Vinted on the no fees and all that lot. But if you're making a lot of money, yeah, you've got to be a pro. But vintage, it doesn't matter if you're a pro or not. Does it? You still don't get no fees. I think if vintage started charging, then I think that's where the downfall of vintage will come. I think I don't like, but I don't think vintage will ever charge. The only way vintage will charge is if eBay disappear for good, but eBay won't. It's not vintage. Not suited for businesses, I don't think. More QuickBook, but I'm not. Like I've never classed myself as a business. I always say businesses are people when you employ people. You know, you're paying VAT and all that. I always say that's when you're a business. Is it got I just realised my camera zooms into things. I've always gone like really close trying to focus, and it actually does it. So it's got 20 times zoom, and I can just see the writing even there. So when it comes to little toys and trying to find the things. So I have got now. I will have a look at the questions, or if anybody's asked a question in a minute. I'm just gonna wrap this up. Because I got some bags. I'm so happy. Little things like having bags. So I will link these bags in a minute. So I'll tell you what they are. They are gourmet bags, 100 gourmet bags, 14 inches by 7. I got 2 lots. So it cost me £18.76 altogether. Free shipping, £9.38. Remember, these are big bags. Actually, the ones are like cheaper. Actually, are like less, aren't they? Obviously, but that's the size of them. Nice big size. So you actually get 100. Well, you actually get 101 because the one it comes in, you could use that as well. So where did I put my thing? Oh, I need to move this now, don't I? Move that over there. Put my box back up. Oh, I've got all them to wrap up. Well, not that. I just watched ITV 2, Superman, Batman. I watched the new one. I still prefer them ones. They're okay, but they're just. I like it. It's a bit darker, aren't they? And there we go. That's how you do it. So that'll be put in that box when it's done. I was going to get a new bin, but I can't bother. Right then, guys, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Would you rather encounter a man who called you a nonce again, or an Angagani? Probably the bloke who called me a nonce, because if he did it again, it would be completely a different story. I probably would square up to him and off him out, because I really did bite my tongue in that. Literally, if you know me in person, I've been in a few fights in my life, and if that was in a pub, like a random person came up to me and just said that, I pretty much think most people who've got a bit of fire in them, I'm not saying everybody would do that, but people that stick up for themselves will probably say something or do something. It's something you shouldn't be called unless you are one. You know what I mean? Grannies are grannies. Like, it's like my nan. I mean, my mom. She's an angry granny. Well, she's a grumpy granny, but she's not grumpy really. But she can. When you get older, like me, I moan at my lad quite a lot when he's doing stuff. But the thing about the grannies is they're either one or the other. The old blokes are fine. They just, I don't know. It's weird that old blokes just want to get rid of stuff. Where the grannies, when you see somebody who's like 70 years old and they're selling stuff on a car boot, and they're not doing it because they're getting rid of stuff, I got to question them. Why are they doing it? Why? And I know people have different circumstances, but they are obviously wanting to make a bit of money on the side, which is fine. And I understand that. But you can't charge eBay prices. I will always say that, and I don't care what anybody thinks. You cannot charge eBay prices for stuff that's just general stuff, if you know what I mean. If you're a collector, say if I was a Pokemon collector, and we've all seen them, they do it now. Pokemon collectors are on car boots. I understand that, because you know roughly how much a Pokemon standard card is, and if you've got some rares, maybe they knock the price off, like the postage off it. So it's like, well, this is how much it is. It's £5 cheaper than what you could get online, because you don't have to pay for postage and you can see it there and then. That's fine. But with plushes and clothing and stuff like that, clothing as well. I mean, if it's decent stuff, are you going to sell it at eBay prices? Because there's only going to be, the only people who are going to buy it are collectors or people who want that piece of clothing, if you know what I mean. I've done car boots as a reseller, and it's the most frustrating thing ever. And I went last time and I was trying to sell all my trainers, the ones that wasn't selling, the ones that are still worth a fiver. I just want to get my money back. And people was trying to haggle me down to £2. And I'm thinking, well, they are worth a fiver, right? You can look on any website and they go for 15 to 20 quid. And that's on my videos, I always say that. But when somebody who's like trying to blag you, I mean, if I had gone on my phone and gone, oh yeah, then why is that one going 15? What would she have said? We don't know. But you get it. You're always going to get it, aren't you? Doesn't matter, does it? John, would you have The Rock if... the thing is, he wouldn't say, would he? That's the thing. He's not an evil person. He would never say that, would he? I'd have a go at him though. I got the Rock tattoo, I know. Part of my tattoo is The Rock, part of the tattoo. But obviously he's got it on his chest. I said to Kai yesterday, should I get Roman Reigns tattoo? So the one way, obviously he has it on there, but then he has it going on the way back and then halfway down on the one side of his back, doesn't he? It looks cool, but obviously they're like, what you call it, Hawaiian, aren't they? So it looks good because of their skin complexion and everything. Sounds like you're having a shave. What do you mean? I don't know. Any offers on any of the 10 listed? Sold one. Sold one already. I sold a few things, but I've only sold one of the things I listed yesterday. If you watched my video, James, you'll know what it is. Watch tonight's video, the TK Maxx one, and you'll find out what sold. Which one? It's something from the TK Maxx. When you buy an item, do you have a set amount that you would buy, and the item would you buy an item for £100 to get to 150? I've done it in the past. I went to I had an auction day. That was quite a good video, actually, to be fair. Went to a Lego auction, and I wanted every single piece of Lego. This is before I started the collection, and there was loads of different sorts, and I wasn't willing to pay the prices that people said, because I'm a reseller and the people I was against were like collecting it for themselves. So I'm never going to win them, because they know how much they can buy it on eBay for. So if it's anything cheaper than that, it's a bonus to them. For me, it's got to be a big percentage, you know. So if, say, a piece of Lego was going to sell for 200 quid, and it was on auction at the moment, like say for 100 quid, I've got room. I've got some money to, you know, I can make probably 60 quid off that. But with auction, it's very like, you don't want the other people to obviously win. And I was strict because there was so much. I had loads of money to spend, and I was so strict on everything, because when it got over a certain amount, so like a 50 quid item was worth 100 quid, what's the point? You know, especially I don't see the point in that, really. Double up a 10 quid item to 20 quid. Yeah, we all do it, but you're not losing a lot of money, if you get me. You know, if you lost 10 quid, you're not going to be bothered about it as much as if you lost 50 or 100 quid. I think if you're paying 50 quid for something, you want to be making at least 200 quid out of it, at least, I'd say. I have picked up a Apple Mac once from a car boot, and it was the TV screen. The only trouble is it was an older one, so it was 2014, and I typed in the wrong number on the back. I missed out a number or something, and it came up with about 250 quid, and he wanted 50. You know, we wanted 60 quid for it. So I said, do you want to do 50 quid? And he said, yeah. Then I got back, obviously started listing, and I actually typed in the wrong number, and it was only worth about 80 quid, and I sold it for 75 quid. So it happens, but then you got to take the good with the bad. When I did that Lego auction, I didn't win anything, but the last piece of Lego what was on the lot was the Titanic. And that is the most one of the most expensive Lego sets still, you know, except for Star Wars, Millennium Falcon, and obviously really old ones. And I knew they go for about 400 to 450 on eBay. It was at 250. Of course, I didn't spend anything, so I know I had plenty of money and I wanted to win. And somebody went 275, and I went, you know what? I'll say 300, and I think I won it for 300, because then you have to add on the fees, which is 20%. Then it was so 20% on 300, which is another 60 quid. So that's 360 quid, and I think I sold it for 420 quid. I had the case around it as well, but it didn't have the bottom part of the display case. So I could have sold that as well separately, but it didn't have the bottom part. But that was a horrible thing to pack. I didn't even take it apart. It was in two sections, because you can pull it apart to look inside. And oh my God, somebody bought it. But yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, I always say if you can triple your money. So if you when it's lower, I think you make more profit from lower things than you do higher things, because a lot of high value items, really, you can't find them. You know, if you look at anything like cameras and stuff like that, like not these digital ones because people don't know about them, because they're old. But if you look at like a proper like a Canon big camera with the lens on and all that lot, which costs about £1,000, people that sell that know how much it's worth, and they will check up on prices because they want to know the market of them. So you're never going to you'll be very lucky if you find one of them for like £100 and it's worth about £500. Very, very lucky. It does come, but it's hit and miss. I like the things where you can pick up something for a couple of quid and you can get like £50 out of it. They're the best things, stuff that people don't realize how much it's worth. That's why I always say, if I was going to go into two things which I like, toys and that always makes you good money and they always sell. And the other thing is medical stuff. Medical stuff is probably the best thing I've ever picked up in like everything's big profit. I picked up pumps for them. They sell for £40. I picked up them dummies, the way you breathe into. Sold one for about £100, another one for £75. Picked them up both for £5, I think. Like obviously wheelchairs, if you can get the good ones. Walkers, pick up a walker for £5, you can sell it for like £35. So yeah, it all depends as well, doesn't it? That's why sometimes people sort of like are too blinkered when it comes to like looking at stuff. Like clothing resellers will look at Ralph Lauren, all these ones, and then the ones that are better clothing will look at these weird makes that no one's ever heard of. And they fetch a lot of money. That's why clothing, when it comes to women's clothing, you can make a fortune now if you can be bothered. What else is there? Gaming, you can make lots of money in gaming, but it's a weird games. The games that are not very good, the games that are not popular. Like I watched somebody on TikTok, and his name's Kyle or Kale. He's actually from Kamek, and he does social media and all that lot. But he goes to CAX and he buys a £600 game, and he says, "Why is it worth £600? Because it's rubbish. It's a rubbish game. Rubbish games don't get made as much, so then obviously they're rarer. The good games, loads of them have got made, and he does that. So he buys stuff, and then he trades stuff in and stuff like that, and then he goes and keeps the game. He's got loads of games, and you got to look at outside the box when it comes to like every market. So everything, clothing, different things, tech. You got your cameras, you've got your stereo systems and all that lot. But I've got like 3 or 4 angle pose lamps. What Jamie Dodger picked up 2 angle pose cameras, didn't he? Not cameras, lights for £1 each. I've got 3 of them, and I picked mine up for probably about £10 for all 3. So, and they're about £50, aren't they? 50, 60 quid. Well, the orange one was £15, but that one, I think it's a really, really good one. That could be 60 to 100 quid. Some people, when I picked that one up, said it wouldn't be a lot. Coming up to 2 years reselling and learn some valuable lessons. I'm strict when it pick. Yeah, I'm getting stricter and stricter. I don't buy just anything, but sometimes you just buy with your heart. Been picking a lot of games up on Vinted for cheap. What? Computer games and all that. If I don't find items, then so be it. Don't sell. 6 to think and improve. Yeah, it's like Switch are the best games to pick up, I think. Switch games hold their money. When I sold my lad's Switch because he doesn't play on it anymore, he had about 6 games which are all Mario based, right? And then he actually sold some other ones before, like Luigi's Mansion and all that lot. It still gets good money. They still get like 20 to 30 plus. So Switch stuff does sell very goodly. Wii, the old Wii Mario Kart still gets 15 quid if you got the box one, 15 to 20 quid. Because it's a starter pack for people, isn't it? So, you know, they buy the Wii and then they obviously maybe move on to the Switch. But, you know, because people can't afford the new Switch or the old Switch because it's expensive. But people happily pay 50 quid for a Wii bundle, aren't they? I did twice on Vinted where they said the discs are in good condition for them and they've been badly scratched or cracked. And then, yeah, that's the only trouble. Vintage trouble like that. When as an awkward customer, like I sold a Monopoly, Monsters Inc. Monopoly, and I thought this is going to be worth at least 20 to 30 quid because Monsters Inc. Monopoly. Yeah, some of them are worth some money. It had the 2 pieces missing, and it was pretty much rubbish, to be fair. Even the Monopoly figures were not Monsters Inc. You know, characters, which you'd think it would be. So that's why it's probably not worth anything. And I sold it for like 3 quid. I think I picked it up for 2 quid, I think, or something like that. So I just wanted to get rid of it. Somebody sent it back saying the box is damaged. It's not damaged. It's exactly the same as what it was before. So obviously there was a collector and they just wanted a pristine box. But I told them to send the because you can choose, can't you? I told them to pay for the postage because if you're going to moan over 3 quid, what you're going to expect off 3 quid, you know, you see what you see, you know, it's missing parts anyway. So you're picking up for a certain reason. Yeah. So I always get them to pay. I always do. Unless it's damaged and it's, well, saying that, I'll just get the return off the Vinted. Yeah. I hate it when eBay do it though, because you can't do anything about the eBay one. When they want to return, but you have to pay for the postage. Sometimes you don't, or it doesn't come up. Or sometimes you get a message saying pay for the postage and send them a postage thing. Hate that. Does my head in, that does. Right then, let's get on to the next one. Hopefully this sticks. It's a Aston Villa top, Under Armour. It's a large. That does not look like a large. To me, that's not a large. Oh, traitoring. This is all. Oh yeah, it is a large. Yeah, guns. It's one of them skin tight because I remember when they released all these. I think this is the one where they complained about it. This is the one where when it gets wet, they was all complaining. But yeah. Yeah, the girls I know that live around near me, sort of, they asked me are you getting back into the gym? I said, yeah, I am, but it's some holidays, isn't it? So if I don't do it before some holidays, when it's back to normal, kids are back at school, I will definitely be going back to the gym. And I said, I'll start doing topless videos to wind you all up. I wouldn't really, but it sticks. Oh, it's very it's a nice top, to be fair. It's a nice little top. I don't mind Aston Villa. If I was going to support a team other than my team, it was going to be. If I wasn't a fan of Liverpool, I would support Newcastle, but I don't like Newcastle anymore because of what they're doing with Liverpool, messing us about with Isak. But yeah, I would probably support Aston Villa. I just think they're a nice club, and it's a local team to me. Well, 30 minutes away from me. Wolves is probably my closest club, proper club, well, biggest club. Shrewsbury is my biggest club in the actual like league divisions, you know, stuff like that. But somebody asked me about if I'm gonna get the new Liverpool top, and also Liverpool have done a collaboration with Adidas Sambas. Yeah, Adidas Sambas and Liverpool footwear. So it's it could be. I need to save the money first, but I am doing something. I'll tell you in a minute when I've just done this. But I'm planning on doing a video when my son's gone back to school. Probably it will be end of September time. Obviously when he's at his mom's as well, because it'll be one of them days, either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how I feel. And I'm planning on going to Liverpool. I might have told some of you already this. I'm planning on going to Liverpool, going around the charity shops in Liverpool and the surrounding area. Not everyone, because there'll be loads. I don't know if I'll go around the city centre. I might go around the city centre. I've never been around I've been twice in Liverpool city centre. Going around the charity shops and seeing how much I can potentially get in profit to buy myself a Liverpool top or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So the more money I raise, the more I can buy from Liverpool. And then at the end of the shopping trip, I'll go to Anfield and go to the Anfield shop and buy whatever. So it basically means whatever profit I make, I can buy. So if I can make enough profit to get one shirt, then fine. If I could get enough profit to get one shirt and then a name, a number, fine. If I can get enough profit to get a shirt and then trainers, then fine. I could find something that's 500-600 quid. You know, we don't know, but it'll make a good video as well, to be fair. So, and I will be getting one. That's why I'm gonna save up as well, because I probably will be able to get the money for a shirt anyway, but I'll probably save up and get myself. I want a couple. I want a long sleeve one. I really, really want the long sleeve Liverpool top, because it's just, how many will they ever do them again? Not many, and it's beautiful. To be fair, I'm going to put that Aston Villa, so I know it's an Aston Villa badge. I was actually watching Nick and Andrea's live earlier, because they have a Q&A. But there's another one. Bit of chocolate. By the way, if anybody wants to ever send me any chocolate, anything with bubbles in, I love. You know, my favourite chocolate is the Whisper Gold. but I also like aero, anything with bubbles. Yeah, I had. Monopoly sells all year round, to be fair. It is a Christmassy game, though, isn't it? Yeah, Jim's 2 minutes walk from me. Think about doing it. Yeah. I don't know, Dan, it does sound... in my head, it sounds like a good video. What are you on about? All the good players are gone. I think there was more iconic players back 15 years ago. But 15 years ago was like Gerrard, wasn't it? Well, saying that, Gerrard was, yeah, he was playing then, wasn't he, 15 years ago? I feel then it was, you had a couple of big signings and that's it, like a Ronaldo or all that. A lot of the players seem to, you didn't see them big transfers, you know, you had Zidane and all these ones, the big players. I don't think anybody tops that France team back in the day. That France team was amazing. With Zidane and Henry, and every player was just good, wasn't it? No wonder Arsenal won, because they had about 3 of them, didn't they? They had Vieira, Petit, Henry. So this is a Harley Davidson top. The only trouble is it has got a hole in the armpit, which I'm a bit gutted about, to be fair. Well, I can't do anything about it. Why is that now? So if anybody wants a Harley Davidson top with a back print on, it's Harley Davidson attitude is everything. I should wear this one. I should wear that one for myself, shouldn't I? Attitude is everything. If I won the lottery, I would take my bike test. I've always liked Harleys since Terminator 2. And I like them custom-made ones that really like the big fat wheel. And I've always wanted a Ducati. There's Carl Fogarty. I've always liked them. But I'd never buy one. I'd never do it now. I'd have to be obviously win the lottery or something to do that. Because I don't want a motorbike. I couldn't afford one now. Probably doing all that stuff, the tests and all that. When you're a multi-millionaire, you've got loads of time to do anything, haven't you? So you ain't got time to do all that. The print on this is good. So if you're not bothered about the little hole, I think you'll be okay, to be fair. Haynes Beefy. What's all that about? There is a little hole. Where is it? It's not that one there. So annoyed about this hole. Shame. It is faded as well, but it is. How can you tell an old Harley Davidson top? Does anybody know about Harley Davidson t-shirts? How do you tell an old one compared to a new one? Obviously, I know print is different because it needs to be embroidered, but like in general, how do you know? That's about 23. So it's an XL. XL, if anybody wants this. I'll do it quite cheap as well. I wouldn't have bought it, to be fair. If anybody wants this, they can have it for 15 quid, which is still cheap for Harley. I don't know. I probably could get 25 quid if it didn't have the hole. If it didn't have the back print, because it's got the nice back print on there, McDermott McDermott's Harley Davidsons. Oh, so it's new. It's actually American as well. This is not an English one. It's not Primark. It's a proper American from America. Fort and New York. So it's somebody from America. Yeah. Maybe somebody from America might buy it. I wish I could. I have never picked up an Harley Davidson jacket. I picked up a Kawasaki Ninja one. Like that was a good one. Right, I saw somebody when I bought this top one wearing now at North Face. She folds it over so they both join in the middle, and then she folded it over 4 times, I think. So like that. That's how she did it. I remember saying, I was with my son, I said, oh, you could work for me, you could fold my clothes. Have a look at the messages. What you've been saying. Nick and Andrew, they touched 300 people on the live today. Crazy that was. I'd love to have 300 people on live. I would have to do a sit down thing though if I had that many. Imagine me trying to list. I got 300 people on live. I would not do one listing at all. I hardly do any anyway. No one's talked anyway. It's only 4 people on. Jesus Christ. People are not doing the live today. Right, next one. It's a bit of a wobble on here. I should have put some things on the. It's a nice little top, that is, to be fair. I don't think my eBay will start kicking in until next week, I don't think, because I've only just really started listing properly again from yesterday. So I think give it till Wednesday and the algorithm will start kicking in. That's what happened last time when I stopped listing, and it seems to then kick in. Let's get the bit to bit on. I hate doing this. So annoying. So boring. 23. I hate doing the pit to pit, but as soon as you don't put the pit to pit size and the length, there's always somebody that asks. I don't do the arms because who measures their arms really? No one measures their arms. But Right, turn it over. I bought this from the same person as the Harley Davidson thing, so, and this is a bit annoying because the arms are shiny, so it's sort of like the arms are not staying like they should do. That's all right, I suppose. It's weird because when I take pictures on my phone, because the light's going there and it's a bit darker around there because all the light's going on there, it makes the pictures look like I've got a vintage setting on it. It's quite funny, to be fair. So, right, let's get this done. So it's that way. And then whatever. That way. One, two, three. Oh, look at me. Hey, I don't need to go to Aldi now and work there, do I? I could work in a clothes shop. God, that'd be like that'd be a nightmare for me. Me working in a clothes shop would be like hell. That's a nice little ping quarter zip top. What else? No one's talking. There's absolutely no one on tonight. It's mad. No one on. It's just quiet. It's weird. When I go on my laptop, it doesn't seem to push out people as much. If I went on my phone now, I get a lot more people watching. It's just weird because I got it open as well. Right, this has got a zip and hopefully it will. A zip and press studs. This will go to a person who plays proper golf, I think, because this is a golf course. Pinehurst is quite a well-known golf course. I don't know where it is, but I've heard of it. Stretchy material. It's not the nicest of tops though. Ralph Lauren is pretty nasty material, to be fair. Well, people, is that a hole? It is as well. Oh God. Just found a little hole on it. Oh, that's a bit of a pain in the backside, isn't it? It's a pinhole. It's a bit tired, to be fair. Can't remember where I picked this up. If it's from that same woman, that two tops are rubbish. The trouble is, no one would have spotted that. No one would have spotted that unless you're doing this. Well, if I didn't turn the arms in, I wouldn't have spotted it. Yep. 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 Where's that little tiny hole? Can't even see it. Basically a pinprick. It's 2XL. It should be about 24-ish. 25. And this must have been one of the person's favourite tops because it's heavily worn. Well, can't do anything about it, can we? Is that another? Oh, it's a little. Is that mark on there? Might have to sell this cheap. See how much a golf Ralph Lauren long sleeve goes for, and then just. It's a bit of an awkward top, to be fair, to take pictures of. No, don't really like it. Bought it because it said Ralph Lauren, like you would do. You only can buy though what you've got around near you. You know what I mean? You can't look at other people. I know there's a lot of people on social media, and there's people boast about all these pickups they have. Some people tell you what they picked up and how much they paid for. Some people don't, but they like to say how much they sold it for. So don't. I would say with social media, I don't pay attention to anybody who just shows the big sales and shows what they've picked up. If they're not telling you how much they've picked it up for, say for instance they've picked up a bundle of really cool cameras, but they won't tell you how much, or they won't say how much they've bought them for. If you've got like a £200 camera and they picked it up and then they boasted about selling it, how much do they pick it up for? If they picked it up for 50 quid or less, that's great, I think. That's good. But if they paid 100 quid for a camera, they paid 200 quid. It's still good, isn't it? But I just wouldn't spend that much money on tech. On tech, I wouldn't spend that much money. I do think there's a lot of con artists on social media in all sorts. You just got to be careful. Not for people who actually know what we're on about, but also for the newbies, people that are trying to get into it. because I'll see something. I could just blag every single day and just say, oh, look at this. I've got this. I've got that. I've got this. But and just show you the stuff what I know I sell for a lot of money. And not tell you my eBay name. I could change my eBay name and everything. Put it on a different name and so on. And you'd never know. You would absolutely never know. I'm gonna put my son's top on. This is my son. My son on his video put this on. Bought this. You know, it's what he hasn't sold this. This is the only thing he hasn't sold, and the what you call it, blood pressure monitor, which I need to put on for him. I'm gonna put it on here, see if you can get some money for it, because it's on my mom's at the moment. So if I put it on here, I probably will sell it quicker. It's a nice top as well. He picked up and went, oh, I like that. It's got wolves on it. And I went, is it wild? And he goes, and it's like, yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good top, that is. You get some good money for these if they're the right ones. And this looks mint under this light. The light is just hitting the right spot, which is great. Beautiful scene as well. Love foxes, loving. Looks like a fox is howling and there's two foxes. So I think the fox has lost the girlfriend or the boyfriend or the whatever it is, and it's howling, and that's the dream thing. That's my take on it. So it's large, and it is 22, yeah. Standard large is always around about 22, and then from the hem, as they call it, 29. It's always usually about 28, 29. Standard top. And it's got exactly the same back print as well. So you've got the same print on the front and back. So if anybody wants to make some money for my son, right? If somebody's offered him £10 for this now, I think he'll take it. It is on my mom's vintage, but I ain't got a clue what that is. He asked me about having a dinosaur today. He wanted that D-Rex, and I went, you're not having that. You don't need it. So that's another one. I would have just bought it off him, but now, if it sells on mine, I'm obviously going to get tax on it, but it's not going to. It's like pennies in it. I think he's selling it for 15. Well, I'm selling it on my mom's for 15 quid. It's worth about 20 quid. 15 to 20 quid. 20 quid on eBay. There you go. Nice little top. Right, get a bit of chocolate in there. I didn't do a car boot. Don't need to. Would you ever get an office or a storage unit to put your stuff in instead of shed at home? No. Never would. As soon as it would go in the office or storage units are a waste of money. Unless you don't care about, unless you really don't want anything in your house or shed to do with reselling, fair enough. I know some people don't like that. And obviously you got paid for it. I know you can take it out of your bills and stuff like that, but you still got paid for it, right? An office, I think the only reason you should go have an office is if you've got a small house or you've got a flat and you haven't got much, because you don't know these people who have got offices like flipping Sloth. I don't know what his house is like. Where's he? Does he live? He might live in a flat. If he lives in a flat, he needs an office or unit. Who I don't know who else. John Luke and that. I don't know what the house. I know their old house. I don't know if they've moved, but their old house was tiny. I remember his old little garage, and it was tiny. It literally was this. It was about as big as his bedroom. Wasn't it? It was even less because I remember it's like it was basically a garage, wasn't it? So, no, unless I was really big, like getting loads. But I'm never going to be like that. I don't care. I don't think you need to. The more stock you got, the more you're holding on to stuff. If you get me, I don't think you need to, because why do you need a unit unless the things that I've just said? I don't see the point. Ain't you bored? Yeah, I was bored when I started doing it. I was bored thinking about it. Not with no guarantee if it's going to work. Yeah, true. If that's about the camera, yeah. Do you think posting old videos is going to mess with your channel? Don't really care. It's done now. I won't be doing it again. I thought when we're going on holiday, I thought, well, I had planned to do a new load of car boots and do all this and all that lot, but I sort of forgot about doing it, and I had about a week left, and I thought, right, I know I can do about 3 car boots. I think it rained one day. Another day I was busy with packing. I had to go and get money and stuff, what you do for holidays, and so that's another day. And then I was going away the weekend, so I didn't have time. Plus, I wanted a list, but my internet, my eBay was messing up. It wouldn't let me download pictures for some reason, so I had that problem. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to download, because my eBay wasn't working for 2 days before my holiday. I thought, right, I've got no videos. I either leave it and just do what I did last time, which was, I did have videos last time, didn't I? And upload holiday videos. But I thought I'm not going to do holiday videos as well, because there's not much really to show, like Tenerife. There was lots more things to do. So I did one video of the main, obviously the park and all that lot. And I thought, well, since I'll just tell you how, right. So I'll tell you how many new subscribers I've had since this time last year. Let's see if I can find it. Analytics. Subscribers. My subscriber rate's gone down as well. And I used to be getting like 300 subscribers a month easily. But my subscribers gone down as well. And I don't know what. I think if you see a lot of people's videos, some are hitting good numbers, but it's only car boot ones. If it's anything else, people are struggling, But let's have a look. Right. I don't know. Right. I'll just put 2014. 2014. There you go. I don't know if you can see it. It's not going to show, is it? Let's get that out of the way. Why is no? It's because it's white. There you go. Oh, there you go. So 2,716 subscribers, new subscribers I got last year. So that's all right, isn't it? But this year so far, I'm 10 away from 1,000. So unless something happens in the next, so I might get under 2,000. We don't know. Depends on what happens. It depends on what the videos are. Depends on what, YouTube is so unpredictable. Yeah, I said on Nick and Andrew's video live today, I said, when with YouTube, I think it's just pot luck sometimes. You get some people who do a video and they get loads of views, and you're thinking, it's not a very good video. There's nothing special in it, And then you got other people, I think, wow, that's a really good video. Why has it only got like a couple of hundred views? It's a bit unfair, isn't it? But yeah, when it comes to, like, obviously, subscribers, it's gone down, I think. But well, I say I've been stuck now at 5,644. Well, I've been stuck around that area for a good month or so now. So I have been sort of like that, and I've been like that with YouTube and obviously eBay. I've been a bit all like this year. So, you know what I mean? But it's the way it goes, isn't it? Well, I'm going to show you something. So only you 8 people will see now how much I've made on YouTube since I've been monetized. So I've been monetized a year and a bit. Year and a bit, I think. I think a year and a bit. Yeah, about a year and a half I've been monetized. About a year and a half. And is it going to come up? There you go. There you go. That's lifetime. So I've made 5,700 quid from YouTube. Which you could say, well, what's the point in doing for that? But if I said to you, there you go, it's almost 6 grand, do you want it? By something you like doing, then fair enough. But you got to think, I've also had a lot of people buy off me because of my channel. I've also had 3 label printers sent to me free. One I'm using now. So then I sold my other one, which my mum bought me, or I sold that one actually. Yeah, I got 3 label printers. I gave one away and I sold 2 for 100 and something quid each. So there's another couple of 100 quid. And, it's just getting on there. It's one of them, innit? I like doing it. Why do people post on Instagram every day? No one gets paid on Instagram unless you're a celebrity. So, why do people do it? They're not getting paid for it. At least I am. And I'm doing stuff what I like doing. And mainly, I do it because I can actually know what I'm buying. I always thought, how would I remember how much I pay for things? And you guys, when you go around your car boots, how do you remember what you paid for what things if you don't film yourself? Because I can't remember. I've done ones where I'm filmed and I'm like, I can't remember how much that was. The only way I know is how much I took out. So if I took out like 100 quid, I've spent 100 quid. I know I've spent 100 quid, so then it doesn't make any difference. But yeah, it's nice to know. I like to know the profit margins and how much I've made. You know, not like, how much did I buy that for? And you think, oh, I sold it for 40 quid. Oh, I probably only picked it for 2 quid, but you might have spent tenner on it. So the profit actually is not as good as you thought. So it's one of them. You know, this is just bonus. Like I said, it's just bonus money to me. I'm just going to go to the toilet. Nine people on. Hello, new people. Right then. Let's get on with this. Oh, it's still got the tag on. 4 quid medium. I bought this because it was for holiday. And I forgot about it. So I don't think I actually know I'm not going to get much money for this. I think it's only worth about a tenner max, even if I wanted it to be worth a lot of money. But it's called True Face. I haven't got a clue who they are, but it is in immaculate condition. Definitely been bought to be worn once, and it's a really good. It's got wooden buttons, which is pretty cool. Proper Hawaiian top. This is. Some Hawaiian tops go for loads. You can get a certain make. I can't remember what it was. It's a medium. It's foreign. It's from a foreign country. Anyway. Oh, it makes me want to go on holiday. Makes me want to go on holiday. I need to go on a holiday gown just to wear this. If it doesn't sell, I'll wear it. Not now, but I'll wear it another day. Right. That's it. Beautiful wooden buttons. Don't think it's even got a label in it. Don't think it has now. I need to get another phone as well, or a tablet or something, so I can go on TikTok live while I'm doing a live on here, just to try and grow that channel. I want to try and get 10,000 followers. So what's it doing? Another way of income. I'm not going to do extra videos, just going to post the videos I've already got. When I went to get the board and everything, well, you know, to do this, I had there's a little, what do you call it? You know, like, no, trailer thing where you have a burger and that. And there's a woman on there, and I had a joke with her saying, "Oh, you should get on TikTok and be like Spudman and all that lot, because that's all the craze now, isn't it?" And she goes, "I am. I've got 50,000 people." And she goes, I do on Snapchat as well, but I'm trying to. I think you need 50,000 followers on Snapchat or something like that. I didn't even know Snapchat was still around. 50,000 followers on Snapchat, and they give you a monthly wage, apparently. I don't know how true that is. Well, she must know, because she won't make that up. But you get, if you get 50,000 followers, Snapchat pay you a monthly wage or something. Don't know how it works, but so if you do so much, or get so many views in a month or whatever, or I ain't got a clue. But I thought Snapchat died like years ago. I remember everybody used to be on it. What time is it? Oh, it's going to 11 o'clock. I haven't done many today. Well, I'm quite wide awake today, because I watched the wrestling until 2 o'clock. I sort of obviously went to bed late, and I woke up late. So I might actually do some more late. I probably won't. I always say that. Probably won't. Where's all this clothing come from? I've always had it. I do pick up a lot of clothing, but I just don't like showing it. I'm saying I haven't got as much clothing as a clothing reseller, but I have got quite a bit of clothing. I've got two, maybe 3 tubs of clothing, which is not that much, really. I still got all the Nike stuff, which I did an outlet on. So these are blue chinos, Nike blue chinos, really nice, to be fair. The only trouble is I don't like doing trousers. But if you remember when I went to the Nike outlet, I might keep that price on, to be fair. No, I won't. I was thinking, I think they sell for a little bit more. I actually do like going to Nike outlet. The Nike outlet videos do quite well, to be fair. I wish I just knew a bit more about the trainer scene. I know certain things, but not too much. Right, I saw somebody, when I uploaded some trousers today, I saw somebody who had them listed their trousers like this. They're nice there. I don't know what size are these. 36 waist, 32 length. That's good. I don't have to measure it now. Yes. Too big for me. Golfing trousers, aren't they? These are. Nice little detail on the pocket. All right. Then we take a picture of it. I mean, a trouser leg's a trouser leg in the end of the day, isn't it? Is there a proper way to take pictures of trousers? I don't think there is there? Embroidered. Obviously, it's got 2 pockets. Now, take a picture of the front top bit. Oh, there's my thing. That's time for me to go because I forgot to put my phone, my laptop on charge. So we'll have to go in a minute. I was going anyway, but so if I do go off, so guys, I am gonna go because that will basically that'll shut off in seconds. Oh, it's not. Wait a minute. It's here. Maybe or not. No, it's not. Is it? It's right here. I don't know why I haven't put it on charge. Wait a minute. You're not getting rid of me that easy. How come you went to bed at 2 a.m. no car boot? Watching SummerSlam on Netflix, you know, the wrestling. It's on again tonight as well. John Cena's fighting, and apparently The Rock and Brock Lesnar are in the building, so something's going to happen, obviously, at the end of that match. Coat hanger, plain wall, job done is the way I do trousers, but you're right, it's like, with me, I think the best way to show tracksuits is actually having a model. I have like, if I like with these, I can find these on Nike. So I will find the picture of these trousers on Nike with obviously model and just obviously copy it and then put it in with the pictures so people know what it sort of looks like on a person. Yeah, I watched it tonight. It's supposed to be quite good. There's a big tag team match as well, like with like 8 people, I think. So yeah, I don't mind watching it. I would never pay for it. I used to watch it with my dad when you had to pay for it, when it was like probably one of the first things you paid when it was proper wrestling. It's nowhere near as good now. The icons are not icons anymore. You know, like obviously old Hulk Hogan died, and I don't think if any of the wrestlers died now, they would be in that category. You might have Undertaker, but he was part of that era. The Rock, even I think John Cena is probably, I would say, the last person in that era, and that new ones now. Then there's nothing special about them. You got Roman Reigns, who's probably, I would say, the only one. So I'm just looking forward to the football, to be honest. 2 weeks. 2 weeks time. God, it's boring. Because if you like something and it's not on, you miss it after a while. Of course, what Liverpool have done in the transfer market, I really want to see what they actually do. Yeah, I'll stay for 10 minutes. I'll do these last bits of clothing, and then I will go because I've got a pair of joggers that I actually bought 2 pairs of, and I've kept 1 pair because I wanted a pair, and they're really, really nice, to be fair. All these last ones are from the outlet ages ago. So I listed 10 today. I've scheduled 1 for tomorrow so far. So when there's a boring wrestling match on tonight, like the women's wrestling is boring to me, but I watch it because they're all good looking. You know what I mean? I've got 2 pairs of these, so that's quite easy. These are like green cargos. I was thinking about keeping one of them, but I don't know if the colour is a bit. I do like the colour, to be fair, but I think it's one of them ones where you'd have to wear a white top and then white like Air Force Ones or something like that, or white trainers. Look at me being a style guru, because they're like sort of like oversized cargos. 34 waist. They could actually might fit me. Are they both the same size? 34, 32. 34. Oh yeah, both the same size. Beautiful. Take the label out of there. Oh yes, I took the label. So I was actually listing these in. So I got to put that bit in there. They're actually quite. It's like that. It's like kite material. I might actually keep a pair of these. I might. I don't know. I might try on. If it suit me, I might keep a pair. They're a nice colour, to be fair. Like a light green. Bit of a Nike hit there. Take a picture of the label on there. Show the effect of. I've already got the effect on there. So that's the one side. Show the other side if I can. And then show the front. The more I'm looking at these, the more I want them. So you might see some cargos in the video. Now see 2 pockets. It's a zip. I always show if it's a zip or not. There's no bottom bit. Good thing about buying Nike stuff from the outlet, it always tells you the length and the width, so you don't even have to bother measuring it. That's that one done. Now the labels inside, wherever they are, there they are. At least I can just do 2 of these. One thing I think Vinted need to do is do the. I think for pro members they should be allowed to upload similar, like same items, the same. You know what I mean? Multiple items. That's it. That's it. That's that one done. So I can wrap them up. With the other ones. Oh, sorry. What are you? It's not a patch on 90s 2000 over. Yeah, I never watched WCW. I wasn't really into that. I probably would have liked it because obviously a lot of them went to there, didn't they? That's how Hulk Hogan revived his career, didn't he? With the what do you call it? Is it NWA? Yeah, NWA. With Razor Ramon and the other bloke. I don't know who the other bloke is, but I know who he is through a film. He was in. If you've ever seen The Punisher, one with John Travolta in, I love that film. He's in that as the big blonde thing that he fights in his room. Yeah, my favourite character is by far is Ultimate Warrior. I loved him. I absolutely loved Ultimate Warrior. He was ace. I've got a sticker on this one. Family near me, the one behind fighting with my family. Hey? Family near me, the one behind fighting with my family. What's that? What are you on about? I ain't got a clue what you're on about. Family near me, the one behind fighting with my. I don't know what you're on about. Evening, John. Have you purchased any AW? Are these popular? Wrestling figures, I sort of like keep away. Unless they're old. Unless they're the ones that, like, if you can pick it up cheap enough, get them. If you can pick up like a big bundle for like 10 quid, 20 quid, and there's like 30 in there, or they're worth or quid each, you can make about 3 or 4 quid off them. The articulated ones, the ones where all the arms and that move, they're the best ones. But it's the characters, really. I know some characters fetch a lot. I was surprised. I watched this morning. I think that ABL tried to obviously get some views because he was like, "Oh, what this morning was at Bolton, wasn't they? This week at Car Boot with that weird. I don't like him. He's a bit creepy. The bloke who does it. He's that one who does that porn brokers or posh porn, or I don't know, porn or whatever it is. He used to have a TV series, didn't he? Don't really like him because he deals with like high expensive items, and now he's suddenly gone into doing this morning car boot things. I've never seen him on his TV program deal with like wrestling figures. Anyway, this person had a wrestling figure collection. He had all the old ones. You want the 1990 ones better than ever, but still, some of them are worth about a tenner. You got to get them boxed for lots of money, or rare ones. He had some black wrestler, not the Oogie Boogie man, something similar, boxed, and he said it's going to be worth about 20 grand. So I don't know. The film Fighting with My the one where it's got The Rock in it for a little bit, and it's about the wrestling girl. Yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah, I watched that. It's all right, to be fair. I got a bit bored of it halfway through. Yeah, they're all right wrestling figures. I've sold wrestling figures before. I don't really tend to pick them up that much. You need to pick them up in bundles. It's like any toy. You need to pick them up for good money. Right, I'm on my last one, and these are the ones that I have got myself. I've got these myself. You might have seen me wear them sometimes. They are Nike NBA. You can see it. Where is it? Oh, it's all over. Right. Nike NBA standard issue. Really nice. These are. So I paid 31. It's what it says. It says 31.99, but I got these at the outlet 70% off. I think, all 50. One or the other. So if it's 50, obviously half of that, which is 32 quid. So what? That's what, 16 quid, something like that. 16.50. These owe me. If it was 70%, then it's even cheaper, isn't it? I'm not working that out. So, yeah, you're looking. I think these will fetch anything from 40 plus. They're quite baggy as well. They're like baggy tracksuit bottoms. They've got a metal zip on one. I love them. I absolutely love them. So these, oh god, the only trouble is so much detail on these. And the only trouble is the light is not going to give these justice. I don't think. They might do actually. If I can flatten them out. That's the only trouble about doing trousers. If a plain basic trousers, fine, but now these are not plain, are they? Because I've got that, and you want to put it on the first picture so they can see it all in one go, because a lot of people might not bother with it. eBay the Goliath versus me. Oh god, what's he doing now? Big Al trying to take on in eBay again. Give it a rest, man. I understand, fair play to him. He wants to try and do it, but I can cut this picture down. But you're never going to beat eBay out. You're not rich enough, even though you've got a few million in the bank. You're never going to beat eBay. eBay is multi-billion-pound company, isn't it? And he's had. How old is eBay? It must be 20 years old, isn't it? Must be 20 years plus. I can't see anybody. setting up another selling site, which will be as big as eBay, to be fair. Vinted, I think Vinted is the closest thing to competition, and they are still way off. They are still way off when it comes to like competing against them. They're good at their thing. Like I say, I feel like Vinted are like an online car boot. Yes, you can sell expensive items on there, which you could do on a car boot if it's the right buyer. But sale-wise, eBay always is better, unless you are getting if you're getting clothing for like 50p to a pound and they're worth 30 quid, and then you're selling for 15 quid, you'll make loads out of it, you know. But otherwise, I don't think you'll really be able to compete with eBay. eBay's too powerful, isn't it? Right. I better do the width on these, because on the tracksuits they don't seem to want to tell you. 16, it's 32. But it does stretch. Nah, I'm not going to bother. Large is large. He's put the wrestling. My lad's put the wrestling on, I can hear it. It started now. Just finished in time. I'll have a cup of tea, Mom, if you're listening. Yeah, I'll have a cup of tea and some toast. When I say goodbye, put the toast on. See, I have Uber Eats downstairs ready, because she watches this. So I say my mum always watches it. Loyal fan. There we go. I've got to sort these all out anyway and put them in thingies. What do you call it? Boom. Boom. And then take that with me. Take that with me. Take that with me. Take that little bit with me. Right then, let's say goodbye to you guys. My son wants to go to America and watch it live. Good luck with that. Do you know how much tickets are? You got no chance of getting an NBA ticket or any sort of ticket in America unless you're loaded. Loaded, I mean, literally. About 400 quid for a ticket in, when it came to England, the WWE, 400 quid for a ticket. I was going to take my son. I'm thinking it'd be about maybe 80, 90, like a normal ticket. No, 400 quid. And that was like right at the back. Amazon was always the best platform. Amazon, not for secondhand stuff. It isn't. New stuff and bits and bobs, not for secondhand stuff. The hills have been on eBay for 23 years. Nick hasn't been selling professionally for that long. He's been doing that less. No, he hasn't been doing it 23 years. He had a shop, didn't he? Far less than me, I'd say. Maybe 10 years. 3 years, me, at the end of this year. But guys, I have to go. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was before the old days. The old Amazon, you used to be able to sell secondhand stuff, which worked better then. Now you can still sell older stuff, but it doesn't work. It's not in the same category now. Yeah, before all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You used to see people. My dad tried to sell records. Not now. You got no chance. It's all new stuff. Amazon, you don't see secondhand stuff on Amazon now. And if you do, it's like collectible stuff. Right. Anyway, I'm going to go and watch the wrestling. I might come on later if I can. If I'm not tired, I might not though, because I might start. I've done the clothing. I've done the clothing now. I've got one piece of clothing, which is an old bit. Other than that, I think I've done all the clothing. I have actually done all my clothing. Yeah. So, yeah, I might come on. I might not. Anyway, bye.